This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by Lee Health.
Welcome back, Southwest Florida. This is Lee Pitts Live. Of course, we're here at the Naples Botanical Garden, nestled in the heart of the city of Naples, and we have a candidate here who's covering the state by bicycle, by feet, by train, by plane, by bus, any kind of way he can to let you know that he's running for the governor of the state of Florida. So without further ado, let's welcome him in. Candidate Gibson. Welcome to Lee Pitts Live, man.
Thank you, sir. On the whip here.
You are making a name for yourself throughout the state. Before we get to anything, I mentioned that you were biking around. Tell us about that biking process.
The biking process is an idea to get around the state to get my name out there, which I'll be doing a bike ride across the 67 counties of the state. I'll start at the southernmost point in Key West, and I'll cover every county. Now, it's not a continual tour, but I'm doing 20 miles and 18 miles doing 2 counties a day. So 20 miles in Monroe County, 18 miles in Dade for the year 2018. And then I'll do that every day for about a 14 to 16-day process.
How did you come up with that concept?
Very
creative.
Doing a gubernatorial internship in college under Lawton Childs, who served as a state senator and governor here. He walked across the state.
Right,
and
walking Lawton.
And when you do something like, and then Governor Douglas Wilder of Virginia, he did a van ride across the state of Virginia. So you can't do the same thing they did. And so I'm an avid bicyclist myself. And I said, hey, ride a mile with Kyle. And that concept came together. So not only during that time, but I still ride now.
Mm-hmm. And you identify yourself as a purple candidate. You're not blue or red.
Correct.
Elaborate.
I'm running as an independent or NPA. The colors of the Democrat Party are blue, Republicans are red, but when you merge both of those colors together, you get purple. And I think for this state to have the kind of leadership it needs people to come together versus fighting like the Democrats and Republicans typically do during this process.
When you're talking to people, how's the feedback been to you about that concept of being independent and bringing both sides of the aisles together?
The amazing thing about it is a lot of people are identifying as independent, but a lot of people that are within both parties are not happy with what both parties are doing. So they are very open to looking at a candidate that's a third-party candidate here in Florida.
Now, we have your website on the screen as well as your phone number, but I want you to give it verbally as well.
The phone number is 850-322-8815. My website is www.kcin2018.
When people go to your website, what can they expect to find there? An opportunity for them to sign a petition is there as well?
That's the very first thing they'll see when they go there. The petition is an opportunity for me to get my name on the ballot without having to pay that enormous filing fee. The petition does not obligate a person to vote for me. It just simply allows a candidate to have their name placed on the ballot in lieu of paying the filing fee.
And that's the American way, opportunity. Now, talk about how many signatures you need, and anybody out there who's listening to this now want to help you with signatures, how they can go about that process.
If you just go to the website, you'll see it, you download it. I need 128,638 petitions, which is 1% of the complete total registration of the state of Florida. And right now, about half that number has been complete, so I have until May 21st. And so I'm asking individuals that are watching this show right now to just go on the website as you're watching, download it. It's a very simple process. And again, this does not obligate you. Currently, there's 22 candidates that are filed as of today to run. So you still have the opportunity to look at all the other candidates. But what this does is allows an individual who has wanted to do this since he was 8 years old to have his name placed on the ballot to run.
And we will let people know that you're a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity.
That's a wonderful thing.
One of the Purple Express, one of the great fraternities in all the land.
Yes, sir.
And I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma, helping
Yeah.
Q out.
I
Now, now the state of Florida has its good and its bad, but what is the key things you want to see changed about the state of Florida?
The number one thing is the privatizing of prisons, I think, is a terrible solution for Florida, simply because the privatizing of prison does not help to rehabilitate an inmate. The motivation is profit. And you have a lot of individuals that are incarcerated that are nonviolent offenders. And those are who are filling up most of these private prisons. I would like to see some of those nonviolent offenders, instead of being incarcerated, have them fined And so they're paying the cost versus the taxpayers paying the $37,000 per inmate it is to incarcerate one in our state prison system. Secondly, our school system, a former educator also before pastoring, and our school system is not receiving the funds they need because they're having to share and divert those funds to the Department of Corrections. So if we can reverse those funds instead of incarcerating as many nonviolent offenders, that'll free up funds into the public school system to start refinancing the kindergarten, pre-K, first grade years that are very vital to the history of our kids.
What's the biggest challenge you're seeing running as a third-party candidate?
The biggest problem is individuals who are just not registered to vote. As I go around to the college campuses and I speak to people and I ask them, are you a registered voter? It is amazing how many people are either not registered or they have become dissatisfied with the process and they just don't participate in the electoral process. That is a challenge. And I hope that this election will bring about more change and people will get interested and begin to take part in this process.
What in your background best qualifies you to be governor?
Being a lifelong resident of Florida, state of Florida, I know the state. I've traveled the state very well. I've attended all of the, well, not all of the school, but all of my education was at the state institutions here, Florida Atlantic University, Broward Community College, where I have several degrees from. I have a pastor here in the African Methodist Episcopal Church, which have had me an opportunity to travel all around the state of Florida. So dealing in politics is just like dealing in church. You're dealing with people, you're dealing with issues, you have to be patient with people even when you don't want to, and you have to learn to be humble in many situations. And my 18 years pastoring in the African Methodist Episcopal Church has certainly prepared me for that.
Do you think that having no political background is a strength for you?
I think so, because two of the last two governors here in the state of Florida had no elected official, no elected offices, and were able to win very sizable elections and serve 2 terms here in Florida. I think the current nature of politics in Florida right now with both the parties, that people are upset with both parties within the Democrat and Republican Party, and having a fresh taste and a fresh look from someone else who was able to sit down and listen to both parties versus fighting the other party because they're on the other side of the table. I think people are willing to hear that kind of candidate.
Have you faced any obstacles in getting your campaign launched?
One, not from individuals or opposition, but from personal family health crisis. I actually ran for this same office in 2014. Gathered the petitions. A week after qualifying, my younger brother was killed in a car crash. And that has been a little challenging. And then now I'm dealing with a wife and mother that are both dealing with cancer. And so that's been a personal challenge on that end. However, individuals are very interested in a new person running for the office that's not a lifelong politician. So I haven't got the opposition there. I haven't had, and normally it's individuals that are party people that normally are upset because they want to support either the Democratic nominee or the Republican nominee. But for the vast majority of those middle ground people in the state of Florida, they're very open. And so it's been a very exciting process.
If people want to get you to, who are watching you on television and also listening to you on our radio show, if they want to have you come out and speak and make presentations, you're available for that at a drop of a dime?
I am fully available. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, candidate Gibson, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
I'm sure as the year unfolds, we'll be seeing more of you as we go towards the election.
I would like to have that. Thank you, sir.
Stay right there. As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like candidate Gibson who are doing it. We come back, we'll get a chance to find out about the upcoming Collier County NAACP Gala that's right around the corner. We'll be right back.